The action genre is easily one of the most popular and beloved genres in anime, but alongside its popularity, it has brought a vast amount of subpar series that in all honesty can feel like a waste of your time to watch. That's why today I'm here to make your job easy by breaking down the top 10 must-watch action anime. Keep in mind that throughout this video, I'll avoid recommending the overly popular series that most people are already aware of, such as Naruto and Attack on Titan. Not to say that these shows aren't some of the best that the genre has to offer, however, I would like to make more people aware of some of the lesser known series that the fans of the genre should consider checking out. So, if this is a topic that interests you, stick around, as there might just be some anime on this list that'll surprise you. But with that being said, let's jump right into the top 10. Number 10, Rage of Bahamut Genesis. Thousands of years ago, the ancient dragon Bahamut brought havoc upon the land of Mistarcia, a world where both gods and demons live amongst mankind. Working together to prevent the world's destruction, the rival deities barely managed to seal Bahamut, agreeing to split the key between them so that the dragon would remain eternally imprisoned. With the world safe from the destruction of Bahamut, it's business as usual for bounty hunters such as Favaro Leone. Living a laid-back and self-fulfilling lifestyle, he goes about his work while on the run from fellow bounty hunter Caesar Leidfar, a righteous man who swears vengeance upon Favaro. However, Favaro's carefree lifestyle is thrown into chaos when he meets Amira, a mysterious woman who holds half of the key to the world's fragile peace. The series proceeds to tell the story of a group of unlikely heroes who find themselves caught in the middle of an epic clash between gods and demons, forced to carve out their own paths in the face of an imminent storm of destruction and chaos. Number 9, Promare. 30 years ago, a new race of flame-wielding mutants suddenly appeared, destroying a large portion of humanity. These so-called Burnish have continued to appear at random, leaving behind a trail of death and destruction in their wake. And although the people remain in constant fear of these monsters, the autonomous Republic of Promepolis is thriving thanks to the nation's incredible efforts by their leader Cryforesight against the Burnish. In order to protect the citizens, a team of firefighters known as the Burning Rescue is tasked with stopping these horrific monsters by using the most performant technology available thanks to their incredible mechanic Lucia effects. We then meet Galothymus, who's an energetic young man who considers Foresight to be his hero for saving his life, and just so happens to be the rescue team's newest recruit. Following these events, a terrorist group calling themselves Mad Burnish has begun causing havoc across the nation. And after an encounter with the Mad Burnish leader, Leo Fata, Gallo sets out on his fated journey to find the truth about these mutants, ultimately leading him to question everything he previously held to be true. Number 8, Seraph of the End. With the appearance of a mysterious virus that kills everybody above the age of 13, mankind becomes enslaved by the previously hidden power-hungry vampires who emerge in order to subjugate society with the promise of protecting the survivors in exchange for the donation of their blood. Among these survivors are Yuichiro and Michaela Hyakuya, two young boys who are taken captive from an orphanage alongside other children who they consider family. Discontent with being treated like livestock under the vampire's cruel reign, Michaela hatches a rebellious escape plan that is ultimately doomed to fail. And with Yuichiro being the only survivor, he is soon taken in by the Moon Demon Company, a military unit dedicated to exterminating all the vampires within Japan. Many years later, now a member of the Japanese Imperial Demon Army, Yuichiro is determined to take revenge on the creatures that slaughtered his entire family. The series then proceeds to follow Yuichiro's search for retribution, all the while battling for friendship and loyalty against seemingly impossible odds. Number 7, Nura, Rise of the Yokai Clan. Riku Nura, a part yokai and part human boy, grew up as a young master of the Nura clan. Comprising of yokai of all shapes and sizes, Riku treated the clan like his family. However, he soon learns that he was the only one among his classmates who saw them in this light. To most, they were terrifying creatures of folklore who ate children and relished in bloodshed. Taking the sentiment to heart, he swears to live his life as a normal human. However, he soon finds that normality is much harder to come by than he first expected. Complicating his goals even further are his yokai attendants who go to school alongside him, the young Yura Kaikain, and his close friend Kuigitsu, who idolizes yokai and hopes to prove their existence. To make matters worse, rival yokai and other entities threaten to harm those Ryuko holds dear. However, if he wishes to protect all that is important to him, Ryuko must first acknowledge his ancestry, learn to control his transformations into a yokai at night, and become worthy of being the next leader of the Nara clan. Number 6, Kyousougiga. Long ago, there was a monk named Yue who could bring anything that he drew to life. However, he chose to live a quiet life with his wife Koto and his 3 children Yakashimura, Kamura, and Yase. One day, the high priest of the land concluded that Mue's drawings caused too many problems for the locals and ordered him to find a solution. In response, the family secretly fled to an alternative world of Mue's own creation, the Looking Glass City. And everything was peaceful at first until Mue and Koto suddenly vanished, leaving their 3 children left to take care of the city and Yakashimura to inherit both Miue's name and duties. Stranded in this alternative world, their problems only get worse when a young girl crashes down from the sky and declares that she is also looking for the original Miue and Koto. Armed with a giant hammer and 2 rowdy familiars, this mysterious girl might just be the key to releasing everyone from this eternal paper city. Number 5. 86. According to the Republic of San Magnolia, their ongoing war against the Gladian Empire has no casualties. However, this is mere propaganda. While the silvered-haired Alba of the Republic's 85 sectors live safely behind a protective wall, those who have different appearances are forced into a secret 86 faction. Known within the military as the 86, they are forced to fight against the Empire's autonomous legion under the command of the Republican handlers. We soon meet a woman by the name of Elena, who is assigned to the Spearhead Squadron to replace their previous handler. Shunned by her peers for being a fellow 86 supporter, she continues to fight against their inhumane discrimination. Meanwhile, we are also introduced to Shinai Nozan, the captain of the Spearhead Squadron, who is infamous for being the sole survivor of every squadron he's ever been in and insists on shouldering the names and wishes of his fallen comrades. Now that the fate of these young souls from 2 different worlds have collided, will it ignite the spark that lights their path to salvation, or will they burn themselves in the flames of despair? Number 4. D.Gray-man. Losing a loved one can be so painful that one may sometimes wish to be able to resurrect them. This is a weakness that the enigmatic Millennium Earl has exploited. To make his mechanical weapons known as Akuma, he uses souls of the dead that are called back, and once a soul is placed in an Akuma, it is trapped there forever, and the only way to save them is to exorcise them from their vessels using anti-Akuma weapon known as Innocence. After spending 3 years as a disciple of General Cross, Alan Walker is sent to the Black Order, an organization comprised of those willing to fight the Akuma and the Millennium Earl in the hopes of becoming an official exorcist. With his arm as his innocence and a cursed eye that can see the suffering souls within the Akuma, it is up to Alan and his fellow exorcists to stop the Millennium Earl's ultimate plot, one that can lead to the destruction of the world. Number 3. Blast of Tempest. Yashino Takigawa is an ordinary teenager who is secretly dating his best friend Mashiro's younger sister, but when his girlfriend Aika mysteriously dies, Mashiro disappears, vowing to find the one responsible and make them pay for murdering his beloved sister. Yashino continues his life as usual and is not heard from Mashiro in months, until he's confronted by a strange girl who holds him at gunpoint, and his best friend arrives in the nick of time to save him. Yashino soon learns that Mashiro has enlisted the help of a witch named Hakaze Kusurabe to find Dekai's killer and the existence of an entity known as a Tree of Exorcists, which Hakaze's brother is selfishly desiring to make use of its power in spite of the impending peril it'll have on the world. However, Hakaze is banished to a deserted island, and it is now up to Yashino and Mashiro to help save the world while inching ever closer to the truth behind Dekai's death. Number 2. Dao Zu Shi. Shen is a state of immortality that all cultivators strive to achieve. However, there is a dark energy that lies underneath, the forbidden Mao Dao or demonic path. And through an unfortunate series of tragedies, this is the path that the cultivator Wei Wujian experiments with during his teachings. However, his rise in power is accompanied by chaos and destruction, and it is not long until his reign of terror comes to an abrupt end, when the cultivation clans come together to overpower him and he is killed by his closest ally. 13 years later, Wei Wujian is reincarnated into the body of a lunatic and reunited with Long Wanji, a former classmate of his. This marks the beginning of a supernatural mystery that plagues the clans and threatens to disrupt everyday life. And as the series progresses, it follows these two men on their mission to unravel the mysteries of the spiritual world, fighting against demons, ghosts, and even other cultivators. The two end up forming a bond that neither of them could have ever expected. Number 1. Gurren Lagann. Simone and Kamina were born and raised in a deep underground village hidden from the fabled surface. Kamina is a free-spirited loose cannon bent on making a name for himself, while Simone is a timid young boy with no real aspirations. One day, while excavating the earth, Simone stumbles upon a mysterious object that turns out to be the ignition key for an ancient artifact of war, which the duo quickly names Lagann. Using their new weapon, Simone and Kamina fend off a surprise attack from the surface with the help of Yoko Littner, a hot-blooded redhead wielding a massive gun who wanders the world above. In the aftermath of the battle, the sky is now in plain view, prompting Simone and Kamina to set off on a journey alongside Yoko to explore the wastelands of the surface. It is not long until they join the fight against the Beastmen, humanoid creatures that terrorize the remnants of humanity. and they're able to combat against them through the help of powerful robots called gunmen. And although they face some challenges and setbacks, the trio bravely fight these new enemies alongside the other survivors to reclaim the surface, while slowly unraveling a galaxy-sized mystery. Well, there you have it, my list of the top 10 must-watch action anime. So if you made it to the end of this video and enjoyed it or found it helpful, hit the like button and consider subscribing to stay updated with all future anime recommendations. In addition to that, if you have any genres that you would like for me to cover in future videos, let me know down in the comment section. But until next time, signing out.